All right, Shalom. First
Shalom
and foremost, before we begin, we're going to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh,
to
Bahashem,
Yahweh,
Shai,
Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem,
Bahashem.
Makashadash.
The honors go out to the apostles and the elders of Millstone who rule and teach well. Shalom, Barakim to you, brothers and sisters out there. Right, the title is Our Labor is Not in Vain, which actually, let me get that word first, real quick. So, this is the etymology of the word vain on Etymon line. It says devoid of real value, idle, unprofitable, worthless, invalid, fruitless, empty. Like the title says, our labor is not those things. All right. What we do for Yahweh Shemel Shai, especially those, the men that teach on the front lines, what we're doing is not unprofitable. All right. It's honestly monumental. And the prophets out there on the streets is a major sign showing that the kingdom of heaven is about to be established on the planet Earth, in your lifetime. Lord willing, sooner than later, but regardless, it's not going to be much longer. So, unless the brother wants to start with that Corinthians he was talking about, I'll grab this.
All right, all right. So I had to make sure I unmute the mic. All right, so this is First Corinthians 15 and 58. It says, "Therefore, my beloved brethren, be ye steadfast, unmovable, always abounded in the work of the Lord, for as much as ye know that your labor is not in vain in the Lord." And so, right, our labor is not in vain. It feels like that right now. Why? Because you're not physically getting paid, but uh, you're getting paid in the spirit. The things that we see right now are temporal. So our bullshit so-called jobs that we work, all that's temporal. So what we're laboring for is the kingdom of heaven. Us being of 144,000, the hopeful elect. So that's why you're laboring. Because we know that the kingdom that's going to be established is going to be forever. This kingdom is about to pass away. So the things we laboring for right now on this side, they in vain. I'm gonna say something about these other camps soon. Once I get roused up. But what they're doing, they're laboring in vain. It's not toward Yahweh Shai. But you got something, brother?
Yeah.
All right.
This is Hebrews chapter 11 and verse 6. It says, "But without faith it is impossible to please him. For he that cometh to God must believe that he is, and that he is a rewarder of them that diligently seek him." So part of having faith in Yahweh Shemel Shai is believing that what you do is going to yield a reward, right? Which goes into once again the title. We know that like the brother brought out, we're not, per se getting paid right now physically, but it's for the world to come. We're storing up our treasures in heaven. But ultimately, that's all based upon faith. If
Mm-hmm.
you're a carnal man, then you're not going to see any value in this. You're going to think we're just wasting our time. When they should be building
Yep.
up a 1K or starting a business, not being on the street with a bed sheet. That's what a lot of people think. Which, for
Mm-hmm.
one, it's not a damn bed sheet. It's a ancient apparel. But we're building up our treasures in heaven for the kingdom. We're trying
Yep.
to reestablish the connection with the Lord that has been severed for so long.
Mm-hmm. I got this real quick. It's Proverbs 23:4 says, "Labor not to be rich, cease from thy own wisdom." And so, even with guys in the truth, they're laboring for riches. They use the name, or they use Yahweh Shai, for vainglory, riches, for shit on this side. But it says, labor not to be rich. And it's a lot of wickedness that comes with that. If you have a little money, you in the truth, ain't nothing wrong with that. It is how you got it. And you know, when I say how you got it, you know, there's great examples of what I'm talking about. Brother got a good job, being the truth, ain't nothing wrong with that. But you out here selling a little something that you ain't supposed to be selling, getting rich off of that, or striving to get rich. Hell, using the Lord for merchandise for merchandise. You got all this Hebrew apparel and all that. That's not you're laboring for the wrong reason. You're calling upon Yahweh Shema Shai, even if you're doing that. You know, everything you're doing, you know, it's vain. You know, and you're gonna be destroyed for that. And you're gonna be the ones that wake up in the kingdom with a what to say? Some shall awake to shame or something like that. In Daniel, in the book of Daniel's roughly paraphrasing, you're gonna wake up to that shame in the kingdom of heaven. You know, because why? You took this truth for granted. You took Yahweh Shah for granted. You know, you didn't see far off. You seen the things I was here now. You got some, brother?
Yeah, to go on with the people you're talking about. This is Titus chapter 1, verse 10 to 11. For there are many unruly and vain talkers and deceivers, especially they of the circumcision, whose mouths
Mm.
must be stopped, who subvert whole houses, teaching things which they ought not for filthy lucre's sake. All right, which that goes into money. They do it for money, that
Mm-hmm.
501c3 charter. All right. And some of them
Yeah.
might not even have that, but they just do it for donations and things of that nature. Then, which is nothing wrong with receiving, charity and receiving gifts from, people that listen to you. All right. But that's not what your ministry should be centered around. Your ministry should be centered around feeding the flock,
Yep.
sincerely, right? And leading by example. That's a big thing. Some of these guys, these other camps, they might, be charismatic and they might know a few scriptures, but when you look at the way they conduct themselves, it's not according to the Bible. They're just
Yeah.
black people with garments on, and that's not what the Lord called us to be. Right? We're supposed to, put off that old man. That's why they got that shirt, half hood, half holy. That's not even what the hell is that even supposed to mean? The Lord
Right.
said either you're hot or you're cold. So either you're out of the world or you're not. You can't serve two masters, man. And being hood is serving the world.
Yep. Yep. And then I got this too because our people's gonna be involved. Well, I hate saying our people, but the 2/3 and like how the Lord said, you know, the judgment's gonna begin at the house of the Lord. Now we see why. You know, but I'm gonna get this. Of course, we use this for the heathen and so on and so forth. While people are likened unto heathens. So Psalm 91:8 says, "Only with thine eyes shalt thou behold and see the reward of the wicked." So you got a reward for the righteous. If you can pull that, brother. If you got not if you got a reward of the righteous, you got a reward of the wicked, and you don't want to receive uh the reward of the wicked from their laborers' works. You know, which we're naming them. You know, starting with the ones that's in this ministry, they're not pushing the names, false doctrine, adding, taking away. You got one body in Satan talking about God loves Esau, he don't love Jacob, something to that effect, which is adding and taking away. And that's a uh what's the word for it? That is a damnable, I don't want to say damnable heresy, but that right there, that's the tip of the iceberg, so to speak. You know that the Lord hates Esau Edom, and, and for you to say something like that is just I mean that's you have a death sentence coming for you for saying that. And you're not gonna repent because them niggas is prideful. And pride is what? The beginning of sin, which I'm gonna pull that. I gotta pull that real quick. Because a lot of guys is prideful. Salakia. There you go. All right, this is Ecclesiastes. Oh well, Sirach 10:13 says, "For pride is the beginning of sin, and he that hath it shall pour out abominations." And that's what you see. These different doctrines, every wind, not every wind, yeah, these different doctrines coming about. You know, those are abominations as well. You know, say want to say the heathen, the MOTB ain't this and that. You know, and it's a reward for that, which you're gonna receive a reward soon. It says, and it shall I'll read it back. For prize beginning of sin, Sirach 10:13, for prize beginning of sin, and he that have it, or the Lord brought upon them strange calamities and overthrew them utterly. And that's gonna be your fucking reward for your wicked labor. You know, but you got something, brother?
Yeah.
All right.
I'm not sure if this is what you were asking for, but this is one that I found.
Okay.
Isaiah chapter 3 and verse 10 to 11. I'm going to get it in the NLT. It says, "Tell the godly that all will be well for them. They will enjoy the rich reward they have earned. But the wicked are
Mm-hmm.
doomed, for they will get exactly what they deserve."
Yeah, that's it. Yup. And so, like how it says, the wicked is gonna get exactly what they deserve. They're gonna get they wicked they gonna get not their wicked reward, but they're gonna receive their reward for what they have done. But hey, the just, uh, which Lord will, that's us, because we gotta endure to the end. That's why we gotta keep laboring, so that we can, hope for a good reward. Even if we have to die, we're waiting to receive a reward from Yahweh Bashim Shah, which is ultimately the kingdom of heaven. You think the fucking suffering and you being at the bottom, you just going through that? You're not going through that for nothing. Everything. This life requires a reward. Whether it's death for 2/3 or it's a righteous death, which you're going to receive a great reward. That First Thessalonians 4. So remember what you laboring for. You got something, brother.
Yeah.
All
Job
right.
4:8. Even as I have seen, they that plow iniquity and sow wickedness reap the same.
The
And
same.
in the
Yep.
NLT, it says, my experience shows that those who plant trouble and cultivate evil will harvest the same. So you put it,
Yep.
you get what you put in. And that goes
Yeah.
for
You
everything.
reap what you sow. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Then I'm gonna get this too. Let me get the full chapter. All right. So this is Matthew 11, and let me see. Uh, damn, where was it at? Yeah, this is Matthew 11 and 28. Let me see. It says, "Come unto me, all ye that labor and are heavily laden. I will give you rest. Take my yoke upon you and learn of me." So you're supposed to learn of Yahweh Shemel Shah, like the brother was going into, you being a new creature. You knew Jesus at one point, but you found out that he's just a nigga. He's not the Lord and Savior. So what happened? The Lord woke you up, shook you out the dust, got you out of the dust, confusion, you know. And so now Yahweh Shemel Shah, he want you to learn of him. What's that? Keeping laws, statutes, commandments to the best of your ability, calling upon him. I don't want to. I don't mean it when I say it like this, but when you don't need him and when you do need him, and I'm not saying you don't never need Yahweh Shema Shai, but it's certain situations that he's gonna put you in. It's gonna force you. Like even if you haven't praised in a day or two, something's gonna happen. Where it's like, damn, I received some mercy. Call out Yahweh Shema Shai, and you get right back on track because every man's gonna slip. You might not fast for a week or two, you know, and then you get right back on track. You might not you might fall. Righteous man falls 7 times, get right back up. Not saying you eat some fucking pork, not saying that. It's just gonna be certain things that you're supposed to be doing and you fall from that. But the Lord's gonna get you right back up. He's gonna cause something happen to where you think upon him, even more. So yeah, it says, "Take my yoke upon you and learn of me, for I am meek and lowly in heart, and you shall find rest unto your souls. For my yoke is easy and my burden is light." So serving Yahweh Shemel Shai is a light yoke. It's a light thing. Keeping laws, statutes, commandments, keeping the Sabbath, high holy days. Even if you're not in the camp, keep it to the best of your ability. You need to be watching Great Millstone or like-minded camps. The real one body in your house shot is gonna guide you the right way, you know. And then it was something else. Oh, it says, and he shall give you rest for your souls, and that's the reward. So take Yahweh Shema Shah's yoke, be a prisoner unto him, right? Hope in him, because what does a prisoner do? They rely, I mean, honestly, you ain't got no commissary. You relying on the system, on the guard to bring you fucking food, water, they let you go shower. So when you a prisoner of Yahweh Shai, what are we doing? We're asking him to feed us, give us water. And what he say, my servant shall eat. And that's another great reward, because in the times to come, niggas ain't gonna be able to eat. The heathen ain't gonna be able to eat. Someone might eat by the way of the MOTB, but that's it. No, the Lord don't want that. The Lord wants to be a prisoner under him and rely upon him. Now, like how the elders say, now more so than ever. Call upon Yahweh Shemel Shai. All right, you got something, brother?
Yeah, I got Second Ezra 9, which goes into what you're
Ooh,
saying.
All right.
verse start at 7 to I'm just go down to 9. It
Mm-hmm.
says, and everyone that shall be saved, and it's talking about from the time of trouble, the day of the
Mm-hmm.
Lord is at hand, and shall be able to escape by his works and by faith, because you need both, whereby ye have believed, shall be preserved from the said perils, and shall seek my salvation in my land and within my borders, for I have sanctified them for me from the beginning. Then shall
Mm-hmm.
they be in pitiful case which now have abused my ways, and they that have cast them away despitefully shall dwell in torments. So it shows both
Mm-hmm.
sides of the spectrum. You got Israelites that put in the labor, they put in the work, and they're going to be
Mm-hmm.
taken care of, because their spiritual bank account is essentially going to be, keep giving them food and water, which of course is from the Lord, but we're just using that as a metaphor, all right? Because the
Yeah.
scriptures talk about how you build up your treasures in heaven, all right? Because the dollar that a lot of people labor for now, in terms of carnally, is falling and it's collapsing, and pretty soon it's going to be worth nothing. But
Mm-hmm.
the money that we are accumulating in the spirit is going to be infinite. It's
Yep.
far beyond, like the scriptures talk about how wisdom is above gold and above rubies. All right. And it goes into
Mm-hmm.
Isaiah 33 and 6. His knowledge is going to keep us stable in those times. We have the proper names to call upon for help in times of distress, just as we do now. And he's going to deliver us as he always has. Ecclesiasticus 2 and 10. He never forsakes his men.
Yep. Then I'm gonna get this too. Um, this is Second Corinthians because we was talking about the things that we see now are temporal. Just like for instance, when you have someone that's laboring in the field, planting fucking watermelon or oranges, they don't know how that crop is going to come out until it springs up. They're hoping that all the crops is going to be good. It's going to be plenty of water. Won't be a famine. Won't be a drought. That's what I meant. It won't be a drought. You know, and so they're hoping. They got faith in that. Them laboring a certain time. That they're going to be prosperous, so to speak. When it's time for the harvest. So that's the same way with us. So right now with the things we see, we know it's about to be gone, and we're hoping that we'll be the ones that'll enter into salvation, very soon when Yahweh Shema Shah returns. So this is 2 Corinthians 4 and 18, and this is the NLT. It says, so we don't look at the troubles we can see now, rather we fix our gaze on things that cannot be seen, right? Which is the kingdom of heaven. We physically can't see that, because I mean, really, the kingdom of heaven is within us. So that's something that we physically can't see, but we can imagine. That's all we can do is imagine the kingdom. All of our people being together, righteous, right? It says we fix our gaze on things that cannot be seen, for the things we see now will soon be gone, but the things we cannot see will last forever. Which is what the kingdom of heaven, which goes into what that Daniel 2:44, a kingdom which shall not be destroyed, right? Who the fuck is that happening for right now? That's not for them kites over there in Israel. It damn sure ain't for them. It's for us. Who else is it gonna be? The Chinese, the Moabites? No, that's for us, Israel, man. And we are to hope in that. You got something, brother?
Yeah.
All right.
Revelations 14 and 13. Um, I just want to bring this out to show that the labors are not in vain as long as you continue in them. Because like it
Yeah.
says in Matthew 24, I think it's the 13th, I think it's the 13th verse, talks about enduring unto the end, same shall be saved.
Hmm.
So Revelations 14 and 13, because even if you happen to be one of the few of the believers that have to die for the truth or pass away in the faith, everything that you did for Yahweh Shemal Shai is not forgotten. All right, it's essentially like there's an auto save. It says, and I
Yeah,
heard a
yeah.
voice, Revelation 14 and 13, and I heard a voice from heaven saying unto me, Write, blessed are the dead which die in the Lord from henceforth. Yea, saith the Spirit, that they may rest from their labors and their works do follow them. So the works are going to follow them into the afterlife, so to speak. When they're in the
Hmm.
middle, it's going to be added to their spiritual bank account. And then ultimately, outside of the things that we'll receive in the kingdom of heaven, we're doing these things to please the Lord. It's the whole point in us being created in the first place.
Yep, that's it. Ecclesiastes, the whole duty of man is to serve Yahweh Shem Shah, where he paraphrasing. And so I got this. What is this? Oh, Colossians. Yep, Colossians 3. And I'm going to start at 23. It says, and whatsoever ye do, do it heartily as to the Lord and not unto men, which we doing this in truth and sincerity unto the believers. Hell, to the whole nation. And honestly, to the heathen too, like I says in Jeremiah 28, we still got to prophesy unto them and tell them their judgment. If they're Israelites, guess what? We still got to tell them their judgment if they don't get right, you know. And it says, and I'm gonna get that word heartly, real quick. So let me pull up the blue letter. Damn, I thought I had it pulled up. Colossians 3. So let me get this real quick in the blue letter. The word for heartly. Just bear with me real quick. All right, so Colossians 3 and 25, it says, no, I'm sorry, not 3 and 25, 3 and 23. Slide. All right, the word is, where's it at? G5590. It says psyche. So psyche, which I believe is going into lob, which means Salah. It says breath of life. That's spiritual. It says that in which there is life, the soul, the seat of the feelings, desires, affections, aversions, our heart, soul, right? So it's like you point at your soul when you're doing this. You do it heartily, you know. I forgot what else I was gonna say after that. I'm gonna finish this out. You're not doing it for money, you know. It says, verse 24, Colossians 3 and 24 says, knowing that of the Lord ye shall receive the reward of the inheritance, for ye serve the Lord Mashiach. Right. So it says, knowing that of the Lord, ye shall receive the reward. So if you're doing this heartily in truth and sincerity, with a contrite heart, you're going to receive a reward. You're not doing this for vainglory. You're not doing this to be seen of man. None of that shit, man. And I'm going to get 25. It says, but he that doeth wrong shall receive the wrong for which he have done, right? And so that's the reward of the wicked as well. Whatever you do wrong, and you're gonna receive rough paraphrasing the wrong that you have done. And that's ultimately unto Yahweh Shemel Shah, to his men, you know, to this ministry. You're gonna have a fucked up reward, man. It says, and there is no respect of persons, because many Jakes think that Yahweh Shemel Shah respect them because they're out there preaching the word. No, it don't work like that. And it's even worse when you do it wrong, you know. But you got something, brother?
Yeah, this the last one I got.
All right. That'll probably be it on me too, Hot.
This is 1 Corinthians chapter 9 and 24 to 27. I'm going to get into NLT. It says, don't you realize that in a race everyone runs, but only one person gets the prize? So run to win. All athletes are disciplined in their training. They do it to win a prize that will fade away, but we do it for an eternal prize. So I
Yeah.
run with purpose in every step. I am not just shadow boxing, which goes into the title. It's not vanity. It's not for nothing. There's a purpose behind it. I discipline my body like an athlete, training it to do what it should. Otherwise, I fear that after preaching to others, I myself might be disqualified. So it shows also that you got to have application in your daily life. You can't just make videos and go out and then not apply the scriptures to your life. That goes with that. I think Sirach talks about how there's one that's wise and teaches many, but he's unprofitable to himself. All right. So if you don't want to be disqualified, you don't want to be casted off, then you need to be applying the scriptures to your own life first. Philippians 2 and 12. Work out your own salvation with fear and trembling. All right. And then going into what the brother said, how you got these dudes out here that aren't genuine, they aren't sincere, and they teach, fallacies on purpose. That falls into where the Lord said, depart from me, I never knew you. There's even an instance where the people were saying that we prophesied and casted out devils in your name, but the Lord still said, I don't know who the hell you are. Get away from me. All right, it's because they're not coming in the Holy Spirit and the Spirit of Yahweh Shemel Shai. They have some sort of alternative motive that you might not know about. You know, they're doing it to fulfill the lust of their flesh. But yeah, that was it on that. Oh shit.
Salaki, I hit the wrong damn button. Salaki, brother. But hell yeah. I mean shit, that's all I got too, brother. Really.
All right. Well, Lord, one that this lesson was edifying. Before we close, we're going to give all praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, the honors go out to the apostle and Elder Great Millstone. Shalom.
Shalom.